and we should get going. All right, friends. So we are getting started with a little power yoga. If you haven't done this before with me, it's very similar-ish to my vinyasa style of yoga. We're going through a sequence. We're adding a little bit each time through, but we definitely focus more on core, a little bit more strengthening, and kind of more cardio-esque than even my typical vinyasa flow. So do what you can. I will definitely give you options if you're just not feeling up to it. It's Tuesday. You're just tired today. I get it. But I will also give you challenges to work on throughout our practice today. So I believe I have you all currently muted. Okay, yep. If you need something, shout out. Otherwise, we'll go ahead and get started. So also, for those of you who haven't come to Power Yoga since we kind of transitioned into the new session of virtual classes, this is a longer class, so roughly 50 minutes an hour, but you will still have that like 30-ish minutes of hard work. The beginning and the end of our practice is focused around yin yoga, meaning a deeper stretch and slow movements. So we do that in the beginning and the end of the class. The middle is the work. So let's keep that in mind. All right, so let's get it going. We will get started in child's pose on your mat. So child's pose, knees as wide as the mat, big toes touching, arms nice and long out in front of you or behind you. Option is yours. We're getting started here. Now again, as we're working into child's pose, we're working our forehead down to the mat, our sit bones back towards our heels. And this is always an option to come back to throughout our practice. You need a moment to catch your breath. You need a moment to just check back in. This is where you're coming back to, child's pose. So again, forehead down to the mat, sit bones working back towards the heels, arms lengthened nice and long, or again, more of that upper back release, your hands can rest on top of your low back, or wherever you are. Let's start with 3 rounds of community breath. Let's start with an exhale. Empty your lungs. Take a deep inhale through your nose, filling the lungs up. And then create that long, gentle sigh out the mouth. Release, let it go. We go again, deep breath in through your nose, filling the lungs. Long, gentle sigh out the mouth. Release. And one more time through, just like that. Deep inhale. And long sigh. Staying here in child's pose. If your arms are behind you, let's start to reach those arms nice and long out in front of you. And we're going to press into your fingertips or your palms and guide your sit bones closer towards your heels. So a more active child's pose here. Your forehead is still dropping down towards the mat. We're releasing deeper, maybe starting to narrow that gap from sit bones to heels or creating that actual connection. But stay for another moment. And then on your next breath, let's start to bring ourselves forward into our tabletop. So bringing it onto hands and knees. Take some gentle movements, sway those hips side to side. Release the tension in the neck, circling the head clockwise and counterclockwise. Maybe you need to get into the legs today. Stretch the little legs out, shake it out. Movement for you here. And then we'll bring ourselves back to center into tabletop. So focusing first on those hands, always bringing awareness, spreading those fingers wide, that L shape with our thumb and our pointer finger. Our palms are planted on the mat. Tops of the feet are flat behind us. Knees are about hip distance apart. We're gazing down at the mat in between the hands, and we'll flow through our cat-cow. On your exhale, let's start to round the spine, press the palms to the mat, you're gazing towards your belly. On your inhale, we're coming through, we're opening our heart, we're looking up at the sky to our cow. Again, your exhale, round the spine, press the palms to the mat, gaze towards the belly. On your inhale, come back through, gaze up, open the heart, open the chest. We'll go one more time. Exhale to cat. And inhale to cow, looking up. And slowly bring yourselves back to center into tabletop. Let's get into that upper back by taking our puppy dog pose. So keep your hips in line with your knees. We're walking those hands forward. We're dropping our chest to the mat. So from here, forehead places down. If your forehead does not meet or does not touch, you can slide a block, a book, a blanket, pillow underneath your forehead. If you're here, you feel like you have more space, place your chin on the mat and we look forward. You want to guide yourself with your exhale to drop your chest closer to the floor. You're feeling this in the upper back, the shoulders. We're here for another breath. And on your next inhale, slowly come back up onto your palms, take some movement, release any tension in your neck. All right, my friends, let's go ahead. Getting a little bit more into the shoulders, we'll take thread the needle. On your next inhale, reach your right hand to the sky. On your exhale, thread that right arm underneath the left shoulder and cheek comes to the mat. Now you have the option to stay here. Or maybe you start to straighten that left arm in front of you. Working a little bit more into the shoulders. Option to stay here or straighten the left leg behind you, toes staying on the mat. Option to stay here or we work on balance. Right knee, right shoulder, that's where we're balancing here. Find a gazing spot on the floor, the mat, and then we start to reach that left leg to the sky. Stay here. All options. We're going for it. This is a lot of core work, so you have to focus on engaging that core. Maybe you reach the left hand to the sky. Other variation is to drop that left hand towards your low back. And if you fall, we come back. We're here for another breath. If you lifted the leg and the palm, let's slowly bring it back to the floor. On your inhale, unthread. Right hand reaching to the sky. And exhale, palms to the mat. Give it a little shake out. I'm going to turn just so I can see you all, but we'll do the other side. On your inhale, reach that left hand to the sky. And exhale, thread the needle, shoulder and cheek come to the floor. Staying here, begin to walk that right hand nice and long out in front of you. Staying here, or we straighten the right leg behind us. So again, option stay, or we work on balance, left shoulder, left knee. If you're going for it, right foot starts to lift off the floor. Where are you staring at? Engaging spot is key. If you're going even further, right hand reaching to the sky. Again, if you fall, come back. Maybe you drop, right hand towards the low back. Let's stay for another round of breath. On your exhale, lower the knee, lower the palm. On an inhale, be all on thread. Left hand to the sky, and then slowly release that left palm down. Take a breath here. We're working a little bit more on core, so when you're ready, opposite foot, opposite hand. Right hand extends forward, left foot extends back. Options, back toes resting or foot lifted. Work on that core, navel's pressing in, it's engaged. Stay here, gazing down at the floor. We're taking a crunch. On your next exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen it back out. We're going for 3 more. Exhale, crunch. And inhale, lengthen. 2. Exhale. And inhale. One more time. Exhale, crunch it in. Inhale, lengthen. Hold it. We're not done. We're going to take it to the side. Right hand to the right. Left foot to the left. Your toe should face me. Inhale, come back to center. 3 more. Exhale. And inhale. 2. Exhale. And inhale. 1. Exhale. Inhale, back to center. Stay with it. Can you bend your back knee, feeling towards the glute? Your right hand comes around. Create a connection with your foot, your pants, your ankle. Start to kick your foot into your hand. Stay for 1 more breath. Exhale, release, lengthen. Lower the palm, lower the knee, sway those hips. Find your breath, and we switch sides. When you're ready, left hand reaching forward, right foot extends back. Toes stay on the floor, we're lifting that foot high. Engage the core. 1 nice long line here. Stay as you are or move with me. Exhale, elbow to knee, we crunch it in. Inhale, lengthen. 3, exhale. And inhale, 2, exhale. And inhale, 1 more time. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen, hold it here. We're taking it to the side. Left hand to the left, right foot to the right. Inhale, come back to center. 3 more, exhale. And inhale, 2. Exhale. Inhale, 1. Exhale. Inhale, back to center. Hold it here if you can. Bend that back knee, heeling towards the glute. We're bringing that left hand around. You're getting connection, foot, hand, ankle. You're going to kick your foot into your hand, reach to the sky, another breath. Exhale, release, lengthen. Then lower the palm, lower the knee, take that sway, side to side, release some of the tension. All right, friends, going to our first downward facing dog. Bring yourselves back to center into your tabletop. On your next exhale, round the spine, press those palms to the mat, gaze towards the belly. On your inhale, look up, open the heart, open the chest, lift those sit bones, cow. On this exhale, tuck your toes, lift your hips to the sky. Your first downward facing dog of the day. Pedal it out, bend one knee and the other. Shake your head, yes and no. Circles with the head, kick your leg to the sky. Again, some movement here for you. And then start to create that stillness in your downward facing dog. Again, returning to those hands, spread the fingers wide. Hips are lifting high, heels dropping to the mat. We're looking towards our belly or our knees. Shoulders away from those ears, create length in the neck. We're here for another breath. Let's take it to the right side. So listen, again, if you need a variation, we come to hands and knees and tabletop. Otherwise, power, downward facing dog. On your inhale, let's reach that right foot to the sky. Find length, find height in that leg. Kick out with the heels, stay for another breath. We start to stack our hip, right hip on top of the left, heel can come in towards the glutes. Notice your left shoulder. Try not to dip into that shoulder. Another breath here. Inhale, straighten that right leg. Option stay, we're adding on. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. So your foot hovers off the mat. It's a high plank-like position. Another breath. Inhale, right leg to the sky. We're going to the midline. Exhale, right knee towards the nose of the midline. Crunch it in tight. Another breath. Inhale, right leg high. We cross it. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. Hold it, foot hovers. Another breath. Inhale, right leg to the sky. On this exhale, slowly step that right foot up in between the hands. So we're taking a high lunge here. Start hearing off. Again, options. If you're feeling a little lethargic today, maybe that back knee is on the mat. If you're going for that power, back knee stays lifted. We take a twist. Left hand to the inside of the foot. Reach your right hand to the sky. Stay here, find your breath. On your next exhale, we're going to reverse the twist. So put your right hand to the inside of the foot. Reach your left hand to the sky. Stay for another breath. On your exhale, left hand to the floor. Both hands on the inside of that right foot. And we're going to walk that right foot over towards the edge a little bit further. Widen the stance to your right. Staying here. Or back knee on the mat if you need it. Power, back knee's lifted. We're going to bring it down to your forearms. So maybe you feel it here. You just stand your palms, totally fine. If you have blocks, a book, you can place them underneath your palm or your forearms. Otherwise, you can come down a little bit lower. And it's okay if one forearm touches and the other doesn't. And you can sway or move forward and back into the hips a bit more. We're getting deep, we're getting low. Back knees lifted off the mat. More power here. Stay for another breath. On your next inhale, come back up onto the palms. Let's walk that right foot towards the midline. One hand on either side of that right foot now. Find a gazing spot on the floor. Turning my body. We're going to lift the chest, the belly off of that right leg. So inhale, lift up. Fingers barely touching or hovering over the floor. Find that steady gazing spot. On your next inhale, hands to the sky. High lunge. How are we doing? Can you take a wider stance? Go a little bit deeper into that front knee. How's that back leg? Can we power it up? Hold it here. Take a breath. Challenge your gaze. Exhale, gaze up. Create cactus arms. Open your heart. Getting into that upper back or chest here. Inhale, hands high. Exhale, release your hands down to either side of your right foot. Let's step that right foot back. If you can, foot's hovering off the mat. On your inhale, come forward to your tippy toe. On your exhale, come all the way down to the belly, tops of the feet touch the floor. Your inhale, lift your chest. Let's go slow here. So either low cobra, staying closer to the mat, or maybe you're pressing those palms down, lifting the chest higher. Shoulders away from the ears. You can gaze up, open the chest. On your exhale, come back down, tuck your toes. Lift those hips up and back, return to your down dog. Create some movement, shake it out. All right, friends, we're going to that left side. On your next inhale, let's reach that left leg to the sky. Heel up, toes down. Hold it here. We start to stack our hip. Left hip on top of the right, heel can come in towards the glute. Right shoulder, how's that one doing? Are you dipping into it? Another breath. Inhale, straighten your left leg. We're adding in that core. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Foot hovers off the floor. Stay here, another breath. Inhale, up and back. We're going to the midline. Exhale, left knee towards the midline. The nose crunching in tight. Inhale, left leg to the sky. We cross it here. Exhale, left knee, right elbow. Again, foot hovers. We're into that twist. Another breath. Inhale, left leg high. On this exhale, left foot, step it up. In between the hands. One hand on either side of that front foot. Listen to your body. If you need it, back into the mat. If not, we take our twist. Right hand to the inside of the foot. We reach our left hand to the sky. Stay here. Stay with your breath. We're going to reverse it. You're going to release your left hand to the inside of the foot. Reach your right hand to the sky. Stay here. Another breath. On your exhale, release your right hand to the inside of that left foot. So again, both hands are to the inside. Back knee can be on the mat. Again, less power. More power, that knee is lifted. Walk that left foot over a little bit towards that left side of your mat, the floor. Stay here, maybe you feel it on the palms. Otherwise, come down onto the forearm, one forearm or both, and you can shift and rock back and forth. Get into those hips a little bit more. Big, deep stretch. We're using that core again. Stay for another moment here. On your next breath, inhale, come back up onto those palms. Let's bring that left foot back towards the midline. We're starting to power up. Again, getting that belly, the chest off that left leg. On your next inhale, lift the chest, the belly. Fingertips hovering over the mat. Find a gazing spot. Take another breath. Inhale, hands to the sky. Deep in that front knee. Power up that back leg. Hold it here. Challenge your gaze. Exhale, gaze up. Open your heart, open the chest. Inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale, release those hands down either side of the front foot. We step our left foot back. If you can, keep that foot lifted. Take an inhale, shift forward to the tippy toe. Exhale, come down to the belly. Tops of the feet go flat. Your inhale, lift your chest. Low cobra, full cobra, upward facing dog. On your exhale, transition to your down dog. Take a breath here, shake it out. So again, listen to your body, but we're in power yoga. So the options to come to child's pose if you need a breather. For today, we're gonna work into the low plank. So coming down onto our forearms here. I'll shift towards you. So forearms, palms are planted. I'm gonna come back sideways. We're onto the toes. If you need a variation, knees to the mat, feet lifted, right? You're still working here, just a little bit less intense. So we're onto the toes, we're onto the forearms, palms are planted. We're gonna take it into our side low plank. Let's go ahead and bring that left forearm to become parallel to the front of your mat. We shift to the outside of our feet. We reach our right hand high. So options. You need some support, bring that left knee to the mat. Maybe the right toe stay on the floor behind you, or you can lift that right foot up. You're still working, you're still getting it. We're going for the full throttle. Our feet are staggered. Our right hand to the sky. If we're feeling fancy, we stack those feet. We're feeling like you had too much coffee this morning. We're lifting that right foot high. We're gonna stay for another breath. On your next exhale, bring it back down, both forearms to the mat. If you need a breather, take it, meaning knees to the mat in a child's pose. If you're going for it, stay with me. We're bringing that right forearm parallel to the front of your mat. We're shifting to the outside of the feet. We reach our left hand to the sky. So side plank here, right side. Action again. Right knee to the mat. Left leg extends behind you. Maybe you play by lifting that left foot. Otherwise, feet are staggered. Maybe we stack them. Again, too much talking today. Lift that left foot high. Stay for another breath. On your next exhale, come back to center. Low plank. Hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Child's pose. Knees as wide as the mat. Big toes touching. Hips towards your heels. Forehead to the mat. If you're like, Aaron, that just wasn't enough, then you can come to downward facing dog for your recovery. But wherever you are, stay for 3 rounds of breath. As I'm getting my water, this is a reminder to you to drink up as you need. Listen to your body. You take just a little breather here. Another deep inhale. Long exhale. And if you are in child's pose, let's start to bring ourselves back to our downward facing dog or tabletop. Take a little movement here. Find your breath again. On your exhale, we're going to gaze up at those hands. Slowly step, walk, or jump those feet up to meet your hands. We come to our forward fold. On an inhale, a halfway lift. On your exhale, we fold. With your next breath, come all the way to standing. Start to reach those hands up to the sky. Light back when that feels good to you. Then bring those palms to touch your hands to your heart. Take a breath here. All right, we're going to add on closer again, but before we do that, we're taking it into chair pose. So we're going to work a little bit on balance today. Bring those big toes to touch, space between the heels. Start to bend those knees, sink your hips back. Heart and chest are lifted. Now, as we're here, again, where are you gazing at? The floor, out in front, but find something to stare at. Hold it here. Bring those hands to the sky. We lift our chest, we open our heart. If you're feeling this a lot in your low back, just lift up a little bit taller. We gaze down at our toes, we can see them, we can wiggle them. Weights in the heels here. We're going to get lower on your exhale. Reach the crown of the head forward, hips sink further behind you, arms reach back. Try to keep those hips low on your inhale, reach those hands to the sky. We go again. Exhale, hips low, arms behind you, stay here. On your next breath, reach the arms in front of you. Lift your palms to face the ground. Start to bring the weight into the toes, the ball of your feet, lift your heels. So if you're like, Aaron, you're nuts, I can't do that, just stay wherever you are. If you're going with me, stay with me. Eyes on a gazing spot, we're going up, we're straightening those legs out. On an inhale, start to lengthen those legs. Come all the way up to your tippy toes, low and steady. Whoop, if your heels touch the mat, just come back. Getting tall here, working on the balance, heels are lifted. Take a breath. On your exhale, we're coming back down. Bend into the knees, sink those hips back. Come slowly for 5, for 4, for 3, 2, 1. You're at that lowest point. The heels are still off the mat. If they're flopping on and off, no biggie, but stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time. We're going up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Heels high. Stay up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Final time. Go down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold and hover. Final 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Heels to the mat. We fold forward. Pedal out those legs. Ragdoll, we need a little back release. We grab those opposite elbows. We take that gentle sway side to side. Releasing here. Bring yourselves back to center into this forward fold. Your next inhale, a halfway lift. So really focusing shoulders away from ears, shoulder blades back, core working. Gaze down at the floor, another breath. On your exhale, we fold. Let's plant those hands, step it back into a high plank. Take a breath here, hold both of that vinyasa, shift forward to the toes. On your exhale, come down to the belly. Your inhale, lift your chest, low cobra, full cobra, upward facing dog, your choice. And then slowly transition back to your downward dog, pedal it out. All right, one more time here, flowing through that sequence, we add on, inhale, right leg to the sky. Lift up, heel high. So just stack those hips, right hip on top of the left, heel in towards the glutes. How's that left shoulder again? Inhale, straighten that right leg. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Hold it, foot hovers. Another breath. Inhale, right leg up and back. On your exhale, right knee towards the midline. The nose crunching in tight. Inhale, right leg high. On this exhale, we cross it. Right knee, left elbow. Hold it, another breath. Inhale, right leg high. And exhale, slowly step right foot up. In between your hands, your high lunge. Power up that back leg. We're switching it up just a little bit here. With your next breath, lift your chest or belly, fingertips hovering over the mat. On your next inhale, start to reach those hands to the sky. High lunge, deepen into that front knee. Power up that back leg. On your exhale, gaze up, open your heart. Inhale, hands high. We're going to lunge it out. On your exhale, bend into your back knee, hover over the mat. Inhale, straighten. We go 3 more. Exhale. And inhale. 2. Exhale. And inhale. One more time. Exhale. And inhale. Hold. Exhale. Lean. Crown of the head forward. Arms behind you. We hover. Work that core. Inhale. Arms in front. Hover here. Chest is lifted. Gaze in spot. Where are you focusing? Palms can touch. Hands can come to heart. We're going for warrior 3. That right leg is strong. Kick off that back leg. Find your balance here. So if you need to hold on to a wall, a chair, a table, go for it. If you need to switch up the arms, airplane arms off to the side. Arms can go straight out in front of you. Stay with me, stay here. Take another breath. On your exhale, hands to the mat, left leg high. You can have a bend in that standing knee if you need it. You may know where we're going. On your next exhale, we bend into that right leg. Our left knee comes behind to touch. Inhale, straighten it back out. We do that 3 more. Exhale, crunch. And inhale, lengthen 2. Exhale. And inhale, one more time. Exhale, crunch it in. Inhale, lengthen, hold it, standing split. Exhale, feet together to meet. We fold, shake it out. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, we fold, plant those hands, stepping on back. Vinyasa or right to down dog. So shifting forward on your exhale, come down to the belly. Inhale, lift your chest. Cobra, upward facing dog. And on your exhale, we come back to down dog. Shake it out on your breath. All right, one more time to the left. On your inhale, left leg high. So to stack those hips, left hip on top of the right, heel in towards your glutes. We're gonna wear our right shoulder, another breath here. Inhale, straighten your left leg. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Hold it. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, left knee to the midline, the nose crunching tight. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, we cross it. Left knee, right elbow. Hold it, foot hovers. Inhale, left leg high. On this exhale, slowly step that left foot up in between the hands. So again, we're powering up that back leg. We're making our way to our hot lunge. Find that gazing spot. You are inhale, lift your chest, your belly, fingertips hovering over the mat. Take another breath. Inhale, hands to the sky. Get deeper into that front knee. Power up that back leg. Find a breath here. On your exhale, gaze up, open your heart, cactus arms. Inhale, hands high. We're going for that lunge in the back leg. On your exhale, bend into the back knee, hovers. Inhale, straighten it out. 3 more, exhale. And inhale, 2. Exhale. And inhale, 1. Exhale. Inhale, straighten, hold it. On your next exhale, lean forward. Crown of the head forward, arms behind you. Chest is open, heart is open. We have a gazing spot. Inhale, reach those arms in front of you. Hold it here. We're going for warrior 3. Palms can touch, hands to heart. When you're ready, kick off that back leg. Left leg, it's strong, hold it. Again, if you need to grab a table, a chair, a wall, go for it. Switching up those arms. Airplane arms, if that feels good to you. Arms straight out in front. We're here for another breath. On your exhale, hands to the mat, right leg high. Standing split. On your next breath, bend into that left knee. Right knee to the back side to touch. Inhale, straighten it back out. 3 more. Exhale, crunch. And inhale, lengthen. 2. Exhale. And inhale, one more time. Exhale, knee to knee. Inhale, lengthen, hold it, standing split. Exhale, feet together to meet me, fold. Shake it out, pedal those legs. Your inhale, halfway lift. Your exhale, refold, plant those hands, step it back. Move through your vinyasa, right to down dog, shifting forward to the tippy toe, exhale to the belly. Your inhale, lift your chest, your cobra, your upward facing dog. And on your exhale, come back to down dog. Stay here, take a breath. Working into that core again, we're all gonna make your way here. Different than last time. Gaze up at those hands. On your next exhale, step, walk, jump your feet forward, and go ahead and take a seat. We're adding our core work with boat pose today because floating is fun. All right, so options. We're all gonna start feet on the floor. This is a balance on our sit bones. We're gonna wrap those arms underneath your legs if this is the support you need. Chest is lifted, nice long spine. Start by shifting the weight onto your sit bones. Maybe your toes stay on the mat for a moment. And then see if you can lift those feet up. Flex the feet. Chest lifted towards those legs. Stay here, or maybe you can bring those arms off to the sides. Hovering. If you're feeling fancy, we're straightening those legs into V-like shape. I'm not fancy today, but you can go for it. Let's just stay here, hover, chest lifted. Stay for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let those feet come down. Hands next side the hips. Take a gentle sway. Rock those legs right to left side. We're going to go again. Stay with me here. Slowly bring those knees back to center. Bending those knees. So maybe we don't wrap the arms. It's more of a gentle placement of the hands underneath the legs. Chest is lifted. Nice long spine. Start to shift the weight into the sit bones, heels off the mat, maybe those toes are just on there. Maybe we're feeling good, those feet lift, feet flex the feet. You're showing off at home, you have that V-like shape. Or arms off to the side. So stay this high boat for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay with me, we're gonna go high to low boat 4 times through. Options, hands on the back side of the legs is gonna help you out. But you're feeling like you want to go full throttle, arms off to the side. So on your exhale, come down, straighten out. We're hovering off the floor, we're not touching. Inhale, come back up to your high boat. 3 more. Exhale, low, we hover, take a breath. Inhale, come back up. 2. Exhale, low boat, hover. Inhale, back up one more time. Exhale, low boat. We're gonna hold this low boat for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release everything to the mat. Take a breath. Woo. And when you're ready, you can hug your knees into the chest. Take some gentle swaying. Maybe a circle with the knees clockwise and counterclockwise. All right, almost there. We're almost into that easy stuff. A little bit more. We're going to work into our bridge pose. So when you're ready, soles of the feet onto the mat. Fingertips brush the back side of your heels here. Keeping our palms planted. Take a breath. On your next inhale, start to lift those hips up to the sky. Stay here for a moment. Stay for another breath. And exhale, lower those hips. All right, this time we're going to bring our hands with us. On your inhale, lift your hips and then bring those arms up and overhead. Stay here for a breath. And on your next exhale, lower the hips and lower the palms. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, hips lift, arms come up and overhead. Take another breath. Exhale, lower the hips, lower the palms. Take a moment, sway those knees right to left side. Final bit of hard work, here we go. Let's bring those knees back to center. Readjust those feet. Can you touch the heels with the tips of the fingers? Palms stay planted. We're going into bridge this time through. Inhale, lift those hips. Options, full bridge. You tuck one shoulder and then the other underneath the upper back. Interlace your fingers. Draw the knuckles towards the heels. So obviously I'm looking at you, but you should be looking at the sky here. Stay. Or a little bit more work. Walk your right foot towards the midline. Kick your left foot to the sky.
Hold it here, flex that left foot. Hips stay lifted. Can you stay for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the left foot down. Hips stay lifted. We're switching it out. Left foot towards the midline. We reach our right foot high. Flex the foot. Keep those hips lifted again for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right foot to the mat. Feet hip distance apart. Hips the highest you can get them. Working into that full bridge. Final 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the hands. Untuck those shoulders. Lower your hips to the mat. Take those sway or hug your knees into the chest. Taking a circular motion with those knees going clockwise and counterclockwise. Movement for you and your body here. Nice and done. I promise the hard work is over. All right. Let's go ahead and keep that right knee hugged into the chest. Straighten your left leg onto the mat. So we're going to get into those hips a little bit here. Act as if that left leg is glued onto the mat. Flex both feet, right foot active too. Right knee hugged into the chest. And then we'll open up the hip. So bring your right knee towards your right shoulder. Left hip, keep it down on the mat. We're opening up. Stay for another breath. Inhale, bring that right leg back to center. If you have a strap or a towel, you can place it onto the right foot. Otherwise, just go ahead and place your hands behind that right leg, whether it's more at the thigh or at the calf, and you can grab the big toe. Or just straightening that right leg, right foot to the sky, flexing the foot again. We're stretching the back side of the leg. We'll stay for another breath. And on your exhale, bend the right knee, hug it in one more time, and then we'll switch it out. Right leg comes long, we hug our left knee into the chest. Right leg is now glued onto the mat, we're keeping it out with the heel, we're flexing the feet. Stay here. Another breath. And then slowly begin to reach that left leg to the sky, hands, hug. Bring the left knee back into the chest, we're going to the hip first. So left knee, left shoulder. Right hand onto your right hip. Mindfulness here, keeping that right hip down. We're opening the hip first. Stay for another breath. And on your next inhale, let's bring that left knee back to center. Hug it in now. We'll stretch the back side of the leg. So reaching that left foot to the sky. Interlace your fingers behind the left thigh, the calf, the big toe, whatever feels best to you. Stretching the leg out. Stay for another moment. And on your exhale, let's hug that left knee into the chest. And then go ahead, release the left foot onto the mat. Just bend that right knee, right foot back up. We're going to take supine pigeons. So cross your right ankle on top of your left knee. Press that right knee. Now we're getting into the activian and move the low back. So this is always a variation. If you're in pigeon pose, to take onto your back, if full pigeon is too much. Option to go deeper, even on your back. We're gonna bring our right arm in between that kind of triangle we've made with our legs. Left arm wraps around the left leg and interlace our fingers. And we're bringing that left knee towards your chest. Now options here. So if you notice you're like crunching your body and your upper back is off the mat, this is too much for you. So just bring the left foot back to the floor. If your shoulder blades are still on the mat as you're punching the left knee, perfect. And then the option to straighten the left leg up to the sky, see how that feels in your body. We're here for just another moment. And then slowly release the left foot to the mat, release your hands. Arms out to the side to like position. Keeping your right ankle on top of your left knee, we're going to drop our legs over to the right side body. So as you do this, we're stretching out the left side. So we're getting into the obliques, we're getting into the tibian, the glute, the low back of that left side body here. So T-like position with the arms, maybe more field goal. You can gaze over your left shoulder, that twist in the neck. Maybe we press a little bit with that right ankle into your left knee. Wherever you are, sinking into this twist. Another moment. With your next breath, let's bring those legs back to center, uncross that right ankle from the left knee, and we'll switch it out. Left ankle on top of right knee. So again, we start here by pressing that left knee away from us. See how that feels in your body. If you want to go deeper, we bring that left hand in that little triangle we made with our legs. Our right hand comes around the right side of the leg. We're hugging that right into the chest. You're feeling this left side body. So staying here or straighten that right leg, right foot to the sky. Again, noticing the upper back crunching in here, the upper back's off the mat, take it down a notch. Bring that right foot back to the floor. You're still getting a release. You're still stretching. Another breath. On your exhale, release the right foot to the floor. Arms release off to the side, T-like position or field goal arms. And then start to drop those legs over to the left side. So right hip's off the mat, we're stretching now the right side of that body, the obliques, the glutes, T-band, all that good stuff. We're gazing over our right shoulder, that gentle twist in the neck, that feels good to you. Another moment. And with your next breath, let's slowly bring those legs back, uncross the ankle from the knee, hugging those knees into the chest. We'll come into happy baby pose. So arms come in between the legs, reach your feet up to the sky, and then you're grabbing either the calves, the ankles, or the feet. So those knees are coming to the outside of your body. And I always like to suggest starting without movement. So really focusing on that deeper stretch. We're kicking our feet up to the sky as we're bringing those feet back down. So it's kind of that counter movement. Our spines are nice and long, shoulder blades are on the mat, our tailbone's working down. It's going to deepen that release into the groin, and then maybe play with movements by swing side to side, or maybe making circles. You can straighten one leg and then the other. Maybe both feet together in a pike-like position. Again, movement for you. And then slowly, let's hug those knees back into the chest. And then release the soles of the feet onto the mat. We're going to go into one more stretch before we make our way into our final Shavasana. So taking reclined cobblers, which is bringing the feet together and letting your knees drop off to the side. So butterfly-like positioning. Now this can go a lot into your low back. If you have, again, blocks, books, pillows, you can slide them underneath your legs so give yourself some support. So it's not so dramatic in this release. So releasing the psoas muscle. A lot of us working remotely right now, getting stuck at your home computer or what have you. You might start to feel some tension in the low back. This is a great release for that. And I always like to share it's good to do for up to 15 minutes a day, but we always just stay here for a few moments in our practice. Hands can rest wherever you find comfort. So maybe it's best for your hands to be on your belly. Maybe arms up and overhead in our ragdoll-like positioning, grabbing opposite elbows, opening the heart, opening the chest, a bit into the shoulders. And you can let your eyes close here. If this becomes too much for you, meaning your low back really starts to talk to you, or maybe your hips do, we're going to reverse it by bringing your feet as wide as the mat and your knees to touch, a TP-like positioning. So it's the counter pose. But if this feels all right, you're deepening into that stretch, just let your feet stay together and let your knees be off to the sides. Staying here for a few more moments. Just noticing your breath, releasing here. Staying focused, staying on your mat. Final round of breath. And then slowly to come out of this, if those knees are still off to the side, slowly guide the knees back together to knee. Soles of the feet back on the mat. And then take that gentle sway, windshield wipe the legs right to left side. If you'd like to come into happy baby one more time or create a tight ball, releasing, feel free. But when you're ready, we'll start to make your way to our final Shavasana. So straighten those legs nice and long out in front of you. Arms released next to the body, palms facing up. And let the eyes close. And let's bring awareness to every part of our body here, from the top of the head to the tips of the toes. Are you holding on to any extra tension? We can let that upper back release more so onto the mat. We can lengthen those arms, releasing the fingers. That low back is draping down towards the mat. Our legs are long and those feet are naturally dropping off to the sides. And again, eyes closed. So as we come into this final meditation, this final rest, sometimes it becomes difficult. We find the mind starting to create noise again. We're falling into old habits, running through our to-do list for the day or the week. So my challenge for you today isn't necessarily to find emptiness in your mind, but maybe it's just to focus on the breath. Noticing that rise and fall of the belly of the chest. Feeling the inhale and the exhale. That's how we get into our meditation. It doesn't have to be emptiness. It doesn't have to be quiet. It can just be the breath, focusing on one thing. So let's start that meditation, that mindfulness here by releasing the breath. Taking one more round of that community breathing. We begin with our exhale, emptying the lungs. Take a deep inhale through your nose, filling the lungs all the way to the top, and then breathe that long, gentle sigh out the mouth. Release. And we slowly come back to our natural breath. You're feeling the rise and the fall. And we come to our final Shavasana. And then slowly begin to come back to the breath. Filling the lungs and creating that gentle release, that exhale. We come back to the present moment and create some gentle movements. The option to wiggle your fingers and your toes, or maybe reaching the arms up and overhead, coming to that stretch through the fingers and toes, creating a long body. And with your eyes still closed, coming onto either your right or your left side, allow the arm to stay for a moment here. And then with your next breath, begin to make your way to your comfortable seat, finding your Shavasana easy seat, which is one foot in front of the other. Maybe you come to half lotus, lifting one foot up and crossing on top of the other leg, or full lotus, crossing both legs up and over. Once you find your seat, let your hands rest onto your legs. Really focus on that long spine, so lifting up from the very top of your head. Releasing any remaining tension in our shoulders with your next breath, bring your shoulders up to your ears. And on your exhale, bring them back and drop them down the spine. And then allow your eyes to close here. Depending on how you're feeling today, and maybe you're feeling a little lethargic, just starting to get the day moving, allow your palms to face towards the sky as we end our practice, providing a little bit more energy, a little bit more power into the day. If you feel a little light, your head's in the clouds, you're all over the place, allowing your mind to settle, and for a little bit more grounding, let your palms face the ground, creating that stability as we get into our day. Again, eyes are closed here. Bringing awareness to anything you need to release to help you through the day, the week ahead. Anything hovering over you, an emotion, a memory, a story. Maybe it's just that extra tension in the body. Let's bring awareness to that here and then allow ourselves to let it go with this final round of community breath. We begin with our exhale, empty your lungs. Take that deep inhale through your nose, filling the lungs to the top. We hold the breath, find that thing you need to release, you need to let go, and on your next exhale, sigh out the mouth, release. Creating stillness, creating peace, creating space. We slowly come back to our natural breath. And then ending our practice by bringing our palms to meet at heart center. The light you need truly honors, respects, and appreciates the light in each of you. Namaste. All right, my friends. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and thanks for coming out or watching or whatever you want to call it. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm back on Sunday with Vinyasa Yoga, so not as intense as today, but still is good. Enjoy your day, your week, and I hope to see you all soon.